Hello, my sweet friends. Goodness, I've been trying to get back on here with y'all for 2 days now. And the stuff kept coming up, but anyway, I'm on here now. And what we're going to do, y'all, let me get you down here while I talk so we can get going. I have some ground beef here, as you can see. We are going to do one of our, what I call a one-pot dish, okay? When I say one pot dish, I mean that the end result is all going to be in one pot. I may use other dishes to get it made up, but now you don't have to. Y'all know I do things my own way. But anyway, so one pot dish, this is going to be one of our budget friendly, inexpensive meals and delicious. This is something that I decided on today. I actually had another recipe, another new recipe that I was going to do, and I'll tell y'all in a minute how I come about deciding on this. But anyway, that is about, I'm going to say about 1.5 pounds or so of ground beef. You know, the ground beef cooks down a lot, but that's what was the best price. I grabbed this yesterday because, like I said, I had another recipe in mind, and then I put that on the back burner as soon as I come across this. Alright, so about 1.5 pounds ground beef. I have some water over here boiling. Hang on a second, y'all. I've got to wash my hands. I'll be right back. Let me see if I can pause this. Okay, y'all. Like I said, about 1.5 pounds of ground beef. Our water is coming up to a boil over here. I'll put our pasta in here in just a second, but I'm going to season up this ground beef with just our usuals, our onion powder, garlic powder, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about this as I do this, okay? So, like I said, I had another recipe, it's a new one that we've never done on here that I was planning on doing. Well, I was scrolling on Facebook today, and I seen this girl, she's local here. She had posted a picture of this plate that she got from a food truck that comes to our little town. And I don't know what the dish was, what exactly it was. She didn't say. She just said it was good, and man, did it look good. But I thought, that looks like goulash. You know, that's just, but I don't know that if that's what it was or what, but as soon as I seen it, I thought, oh my gosh, goulash sounds so good. You know how it is. Sometimes you just see something and that's all you want. Well, I thought, well, that's what I'm going to do, and we're going to do it a different style. So this is not your typical goulash. We're going a different route with it, and I think we're all going to love it. I sat down there right after I seen that and decided that. I sat down there, and when I get to thinking about it, a lot of people ask me all the time, do you come up with your recipes, or how do you come up with them? Some of them I do, and some is like, you know, influenced, or I take a recipe and kind of twist it, spin it, whatever. But like, for example, today I seen that picture, and I thought goulash sounds so good, and I wanted to make it a different way. So I just sat down and I thought to myself, how do I want to make this? And I just kind of come up with what I want to do in my mind. I kind of sketched it down a little bit so I could remember, and then we go from there. Like, after I make it, if I love it, then I love it. If I don't, I will think to myself, okay, next time, what do I think I want to do different? What changes can I make? And it just goes from there, and I may change it 4 or 5 times after that, but then eventually I will have what I feel like to myself, my perfect recipe that I have accumulated. So that's kind of how I do it, and that's what I did today. Like I said, I just sat down and wrote down what I think I want to do, and here we are. I'm going to do it with y'all. I'm excited about it because, like I said, the goulash just really, really sounded good, and I think we're going to love this spin that I'm doing on it. It's very different. Oh yeah, our water is coming to a boil over here. I put 2 beef bouillon cubes in here, y'all, and we are going to do about 2 cups of elbow macaroni. All right, 2 cups. And y'all, this is my favorite for the elbows. Now, I use a lot of different brands for my pasta. I'm not that picky about a lot of it. But for my elbows, this is my favorite. Crank it up a little bit. Like so. So 2 cups dry. And of course, you know, it's going to double up on us. I'm out of room in here, I tell you what. I need a kitchen 3 times this size. Alright, y'all. I'm just going to let that come up to a boil. I'm going to finish cooking our ground beef and get it drained. And then I'll come back and we're going to get on with getting this all put together. And hopefully we will have us a new delicious dish. Okay, y'all, I have drained our ground beef, and now to our pot here, I'm going to add some onion and some diced up bell pepper. Now you can use any color. That's just, I had those still in the fridge from where I made our that sauce the other day, and so worked out great. So we're going to just saute those around. Let them start getting good and soft, and then we'll add some garlic in. In the meantime, while these are cooking, I'm going to drain our pasta, but I'm going to scoop out some of this liquid. You know, now if you want to just have you some beef broth on hand, you can do that. But I thought, well, I'll just put some bouillon cubes in here and just do it all in one. So I'm going to scoop out maybe about a cup or so to use if we need the liquid. I don't know that we're, oh, that's hot. I don't know that we're going to need it, but that's what I have written down just in case. So drain that, let these saute around for a minute, and I'll be back, and we're going to add some more stuff to our little veggie pot here. Okay, our onions and peppers have softened up a little bit. Now we're going to put some of our garlic in. We're going to do quite a bit. Just a big old heaping teaspoon like this. Okay. Alright. And while those were cooking, I took my tomatoes. I'm using a 28-ounce can of the whole tomatoes. 28 ounces. And I like to put them in a bowl and crush them up like this myself. Now, if you want to do diced, you can, or whatever kind you want to do. I just wanted to show y'all what I chose to use. Y'all know I like the texture of them like that so much better. It's like they're just softer. I don't know. I like them. I really prefer to have those over the diced for some reason. I haven't always been that way. That's kind of something that I've just started doing over the last few years. Okay, so we've got our garlic in there, and I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and put in some tomato paste. I just have some tomato paste here. I don't know how much we're going to use. Let's see here. Almost this whole can, I think. There's just a little bit left in there. Let's stop with that, okay? And then we may add the rest of it. Then we're just going to mix that around. You know how you do, kind of let it darken up a little bit, like we've done before in some of our other dishes. Just let that cook for a few minutes. I'm starving, y'all. I've been snacking on some of these pistachios here. I grabbed these while I was in the checkout line at the dollar store. I love them, but goodness, they're so expensive. So if I ever buy them, I just get one of these little packs. Or sometimes when Jay and me are traveling and we stop at a gas station, we will get some that are in the shell and we will eat them. I mean, we don't say a word. We're just crunching and shells going everywhere. We just love them. They're so good, and they're so good for you. It's just, y'all know how healthy foods are so expensive. It's crazy. Alright, so we've done that. Let's go ahead and get on with the rest of it. I'm going to throw in some W sauce. Just drizzle you some in, y'all. There's really no measuring. Okay. Alright, let's put our 28 ounces of whole tomatoes crushed. Get those in there. And I'm not sure how much of everything I'm going to add. I'm just going to kind of try to look at it as I go. So I have some more stuff here if we need it. So y'all just bear with me. Like I said, this is something new that I'm doing. Alright, let's mix that around really good. I think we're going to need the can of tomato sauce, but I didn't open it yet just in case, because you never know. Alright, so now what we're going to do, this is another thing that's different. We are going to put in some peas and carrots. This was just a can. I think we're only going to need about, and I drained and rinsed these, y'all. I think we're only going to need about a cup. Yes, I'm using my hand. They are clean. Let's see. That way I can kind of be able to tell about the measurement. Alright, let's stop with that. We'll add some more if we need to. And then y'all know I love my favorite shoe peg corn here. So we're going to do about the same of it, about a cup or so. That's probably about half of the can for now. Let's mix that around. Y'all see now where I'm talking about this is different, but we are going, I don't want this is, all right, so, you know, I did my pasta separate, and whenever I do just my stovetop goulash, I cook my pasta in the pot with all the tomato stuff. But we are going to, once we get all this put together, we're going to put it in a casserole dish and pop it in the oven with some cheese on top. I think we're gonna like this better than the regular goulash. I really do. All right, so we've got that going. Let's go ahead and put our ground beef back in so we kind of see where we're at as far as how much liquid we're gonna need and sauce and that kind of stuff. I might cook too much ground beef. Let's see. Let me stop right there for a second. See what we got. Because since we're going to do it in the oven, we don't want to have a ton of liquid in it. So that's why I didn't want to boil the pasta in here. Oh yeah, that's looking good, good, good. Look at that, y'all. And we're gonna add some good seasoning to it here in just a second. I definitely think I'm gonna stop right there. I'll use this ground beef for something else. Don't even worry about that. And I think we are gonna need some of our sauce. So let me open up this can of tomato sauce. Okay, y'all. I have added, I forgot, went on ahead and started pouring before I turned the camera back on. But we're going to do about half of this can for now. Okay. Alright, let's add some of our seasonings. Okay. We are going to do a whole packet of my favorite, y'all know, I love this Italian season. We're going to do the whole pack because this is a lot. So we're going to add every bit of that in there. All right. And then, this is something new for me. Y'all may have noticed this little box sitting over here in my little tray. This seasoning right here, this Salzone or whatever, I have never used this. I mean, I've never bought a box. I didn't even have a clue what it tasted like or what you use it on or nothing else. But I've been seeing, like, I see people use it. And so I happened to see it the other day whenever I was at the grocery, and I thought, I'm going to grab that And it's been sitting over here for weeks now, and I just kind of forgot about it and haven't used it. Well, today, whenever I was sitting there writing down this recipe, I thought, well, okay, I'm going to do an Italian packet. And I was thinking, and I happened to look over and I seen it, and I thought, oh, I bet that would be good. So I had no idea what it tasted like. So I went on ahead and cut it open and sprinkled just a little bit in my hand and kind of taste it, and it tastes wonderful. So we're going to put one little packet of this in our little experimental goulash, okay? And y'all, this is very inexpensive. Like that little box, it comes with 8 of these little packets, and it was like $1.50. It's so cheap. It smells good. All right, so we've got that in there. Let's take just a little bit, and I mean just a little, not much, of our pasta water here. I just drained this. I know we're not going to need nowhere near this much, but there's 2 cups in here. So I'm thinking we're going to add in about 1/4 of a cup. Let's see. Yep. 1/4 of a cup. I'm going to let this simmer for just a little bit before we put our pasta back in here. And then we're going to put that in there and put this in a casserole dish, cover it with some cheese, and pop it in the oven. I might want to add some more of our veggies. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and add some more of those. Might as well. This is a big pot here. Add some more of our corn. Now, y'all, if you want to do just a bag of all of it mixed together, the veggies, you certainly can. I had that corn because, you know, it's a more expensive corn. It's my favorite, but they had it on sale here a while back. So I bought 4 cans of it. So I thought, well, I'm going to use that corn since I have it. And anytime it's on sale like that, I always stock up since I love it so much. Anyway, I'm going to let this simmer here for just a little bit. I'm going to give it a taste here in a second. Let's add some pepper. We're not going to do any salt just yet because the other stuff has salt in it. And I think we need to add a little bit of sugar. Let me do that too. I forgot that I hadn't even been looking at what I wrote down. Imagine that. Let's see. So yeah, we're going to do a little bit of sugar. Just a sprinkle. And then I'm going to let this simmer for a second, y'all, and I'll give it a little taste, and then we'll see what else we need to do for this dish. But anyway, I'll be back. All right, y'all. I don't always get it just right on the flavor like the first time, but this time, I'm telling y'all, I tasted it. It does not need another single thing. This is so good. For some reason, I knew this was going to be a good dish. But the sugar, the salt, the flavor of those 2 packets mixed together, y'all have got to try this. It's just delicious, I'm telling you. And look how much it makes. It makes a ton. So now we're going to put our pasta in. Let's see here. We're going to do about that much, and we're going to mix it in. And then just imagine after it cooks in the oven a little bit and with some cheese on top. Oh, me. That flavor is so good. I'm definitely hooked on the little packets now, so we're going to have to see what else we want to make with those. Do y'all use them? Let me know. Tell me in the comments if that's something you use a lot or if you're familiar with them. That might be about all we need. I don't know. I'm gonna add some more of our sauce and stuff in here too, because once we cook it, of course, it'll dry out just a little bit. So I think that may be enough pasta. Let's add a little bit more of our tomato sauce. Now, after I'm adding this, I may need to add a little bit more sugar, but when I tasted it earlier, I'm telling you what, I was just blown away at how good the flavor was. It was so good, those 2 packets. I'm going to have to come up with some more stuff to make with those 2. I'm just going to go ahead, since I did add the tomato sauce, I'm going to add just a tiny tiny bit of sugar just to keep it balanced out. Okay. Alright, y'all, I'm just going to get out our casserole dish. I think I'm gonna need my big one, or I may just put some of it in my smaller casserole dish and then keep the other out. Let me think about it for a second. I'll be back. Okay, y'all are probably gonna think I'm crazy, but after adding this pasta in here, it just kind of diluted the flavor just a little bit, and the flavor was so good. So I am going to add another packet of this. I know y'all are thinking, goodness gracious. I'm telling you, I think it's going to be spectacular. Even with adding this other packet, I think that's going to be what's going to top it off, y'all. Because that pasta, just think about it. It doesn't have, I didn't season it at all. Now, maybe had I seasoned the pasta a little bit, like I do a lot of times whenever I make my Italian dishes, then we may not would need to do this. But I did it, and so I think that little extra packet is what we need here at the very end. Okay? So I just wanted to show y'all that I did that real quick. And I'm going to let this sit here for just another second or two, and then we're going to put it in our casserole. Oh, I got to get my oven going. I'm going to put it on 350. We're going to put it in a casserole dish, top it with some cheese, and cook it for maybe 20-25 minutes. But we'll go over that whenever I come back. Okay, y'all, let's put some cheese on this. I've got these bags of cheese here that I need to use, so I didn't shred any up tonight. I still have some of this left in my pot over here, so what I decided to do, instead of cooking all of it in one go, I am going to freeze that, and it will be just the perfect meal to get out and thaw it out and toss it in the oven. I may even freeze it in like one of the little tin pans, and then that way I can just get it out and let it thaw out in that pan and toss it in the oven. Don't that sound good? Just quick and easy. I should have poured this out in a bowl so I could kind of mix it up, but I want a lot of cheese on this on the top. This is my 8 by 11, I think, little dish here. Goodness gracious, this is a hassle trying to get this out. Alright, y'all, I'm just going to finish putting cheese all over this. I don't want to keep you too long, so I'm going to get some more of the sharp cheddar. That's the mozzarella, and then the other one is just a sharp cheddar. I think I'm just going to do the rest of these 2 bags. I need to use them up anyway. And I'm not going to sprinkle nothing on top. I'm just going to go with it like this. Oh, and I did do another little taste test after I added that second packet, and it is perfect. You want to wait and add that after you put your pasta back in. That way it kind of gets and sticks onto your pasta. But it's perfect. It's not too salty. It does have some salt in it, but it's not like crazy overloaded. And we didn't add any salt. So, it's perfect, y'all. I love that seasoning. Now I got to decide what else am I going to make and use that seasoning. It has definitely won me over already. Anyway, I'm going to pop this in the oven, 350, and when I come back, I'll let you know how long I cooked it. Alright, y'all, our dish is done. Let me show it to you. So I'm going to tell you what I did. I cooked it in the oven on 350, uncovered, for about 25 minutes. And then I turned it on broil just to get that top, that good and golden color here that you see, and it smells amazing. I've tried to let it sit here and rest for a few minutes, but y'all know how that goes. But try to let it rest if you can stand it, okay? All right, I'm gonna get us some out. I'm gonna taste it here. Try to get down under there so I don't make a mess. Ooh, wait. Look at that, y'all. How does that look? Amazing. Look at that. That look good? Okay. That is plenty for now. Now remember, I know I always tell y'all this, but I'm going to tell you again. Don't overcook your pasta, especially since you're going to cook it in the oven for, 25 minutes or so. So this looks like it's perfect. I hope it is. This looks good, good. All right, let me try to see if I can get this to cool off a second. I mean, it's just steaming away. Now, remember, I know this made a lot, as y'all can see. You can certainly cut the recipe in half. If you did that, you would probably want to do frozen veggies instead of the can, so you're not doing a lot of half cans, but whatever you want to do. I prefer the ones in the can, so, and y'all know I like that this kind of corn, so that's why I went that route. But but little Belle come in here while it was cooking. You see her over there? She just laying there snoozing. This is so good. That flavor is amazing, y'all. I can't tell you enough. You're just gonna have to try it. It don't taste nothing like a pasta sauce. It just like what you would think it would. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like maybe a hint of sloppy Joe flavor. I don't know. It's just so good. Those two packets mixed together are amazing. And then, of course, everything else we put in there. But those were our two main seasonings. So that's what has created the most of the flavor. And then, of course, we added another one of the packets. I love those packets. Now I'm going to be using them like crazy. This is an incredible little dish. I promise you. You will love this. It is so good. It is full of flavor. You could eat it like this by itself, or you could serve it alongside with a salad, green beans, another, I know we got the green peas in there, but whatever you want to do with it, it is amazing. I'm telling you. And if I'm being honest, I don't know that I'll ever make goulash another way. I know this is not technically goulash, but I think I'm going to call this my new goulash recipe. I don't think I will ever make it any different, because my other recipe, which I like, does not even compare to this. This is amazing. All right, y'all. I've kept y'all on here long enough. That's what happens. And I know it's kind of a little sporadic whenever I'm trying to decide on how much and doing a new recipe or whatever, but that's just the way it is. That's how you come up with just some good cooking and some good recipes. Anyway, thank y'all for hanging in there with me. Oh yeah, and thank every one of y'all for sharing the other day whenever I requested, and turn the oven off, and all your kind comments. Goodness, I appreciate it so much. I did read over them. I just have not had time to get to everybody, but I appreciate y'all more than you could ever possibly know. Trust me. Anyway, I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye.